A Quonset hut can be an excellent workshop building because its curved shell creates a large interior volume that can be adapted for tools, workbenches, vehicles, storage, and specialized equipment. Unlike a conventional workshop with multiple interior walls or columns, many Quonset hut configurations can provide a relatively open floor area, making it easier to move large materials and equipment around the workspace. That combination of generous space and practical planning is what makes the Quonset hut such an interesting option for a dream workshop. The first design decision is determining how much space the workshop actually needs, rather than simply choosing the largest building that fits the property. A small Quonset hut can work well for basic DIY projects, gardening equipment, motorcycle storage, or a compact woodworking workspace. A larger structure can accommodate multiple workstations, vehicles, machinery, lumber storage, and dedicated project areas. Before construction, the planned equipment should be measured because machines, vehicles, doors, and workbenches need adequate clearance. The central floor should remain as open as possible because flexibility is one of the biggest advantages of a Quonset hut workshop. A reinforced concrete slab is a practical choice for many workshops because it provides a durable surface for vehicles, heavy equipment, workbenches, and rolling tool cabinets. The exact slab design should be engineered for the expected loads and local soil conditions, rather than assuming every workshop requires the same foundation. A floor with clear circulation paths allows materials to move from the garage door to the workbench without repeatedly crossing other work zones. For workshops that involve vehicles or large equipment, the main garage door becomes one of the most important architectural features. The door should be sized according to the largest vehicle or equipment that will regularly enter the building. A properly positioned garage door can also bring natural light and fresh air into the workspace when conditions allow. A secondary pedestrian door can be useful because it allows everyday access without opening the large garage door. Windows can significantly improve the working environment because natural daylight reduces dependence on artificial lighting during the day. Windows should be placed where they provide useful light without interfering with storage racks, machinery, or future workspace expansion. High windows can provide daylight while preserving wall space for cabinets and equipment. Where windows are installed, appropriate flashing, sealing, and weatherproofing are essential to protect the building envelope. The workbench is the heart of many workshops, so it should be positioned where there is adequate lighting, electrical access, and room to move around it. A sturdy wooden workbench can provide a warm contrast to the metal shell while offering a durable surface for general projects. For heavier fabrication work, a steel workbench may be more appropriate because it can withstand greater abuse and support metalworking activities. The workbench should also have storage nearby, so frequently used tools do not have to be carried across the entire workshop. A dream workshop can quickly become frustrating if tools are scattered across the floor or stored without a logical system. Tall storage cabinets can use vertical wall space while keeping smaller equipment protected from dust. Pegboards and wall-mounted systems can make frequently used hand tools visible and easy to access. Heavy-duty shelving can be useful for bins, spare parts, automotive supplies, lumber, and larger equipment. A modern workshop often requires significantly more electrical capacity than a typical storage building. Power-hungry equipment may require dedicated circuits and electrical systems designed by a qualified professional according to local requirements. Outlets should be positioned around the workshop so extension cords do not become the default solution for every tool. A dedicated electrical panel can also make future expansion easier when additional equipment is added. General ceiling lighting should illuminate the entire workshop, but task lighting is equally important for detailed work. Linear LED fixtures can follow the length of the workshop and provide consistent illumination across large work areas. Adjustable task lights can provide focused illumination for woodworking, electronics, repairs, and precision projects. Good lighting also makes it easier to identify hazards, read measurements, and inspect finished work. Ventilation is one of the most important considerations when a workshop involves dust, fumes, paints, adhesives, or other airborne contaminants. Woodworking areas may benefit from dedicated dust collection rather than relying only on general room ventilation. Welding or metalworking areas require appropriate fume extraction and safe separation from combustible materials. The ventilation strategy should be matched to the specific work being performed, rather than treating every workshop as if it has the same air quality requirements. A Quonset hut can be particularly attractive for woodworking because the open floor plan provides room for long boards, machines, and assembly tables. Lumber racks should be positioned so long boards can be stored safely without obstructing doors or walking paths. A dedicated assembly table can provide a central surface for building cabinets, furniture, and other projects. For automotive enthusiasts, the Quonset hut can provide enough space for a vehicle bay, tool storage, workbench, and parts organization. Vehicle lifts require careful consideration of slab design, ceiling clearance, equipment specifications, and professional installation. A dedicated part storage wall can prevent small components from taking over the main work area. Metalworking requires workshop layout that separates hot work from flammable storage and other sensitive activities. A welding screen can help control sparks and protect surrounding work areas from arc flash. Fire extinguishers and appropriate safety equipment should be accessible and maintained according to the hazards present in the workshop. The outside of the workshop can be just as attractive as the inside, especially when the building is located near a home. A combination of dark metal and natural wood can give the workshop a modern rustic appearance. A covered side porch can provide a convenient outdoor workspace for projects that require fresh air or additional room. A wide gravel or paved approach makes it easier to move vehicles, trailers, lumber, and equipment into and out of the workshop. A beautiful workshop is only successful if it remains safe to use. Walkways should remain clear of cords, scrap materials, tools, and equipment that could create trip hazards. Flammable materials should be stored appropriately and separated from ignition sources. The building's electrical, ventilation, heating, and fire safety systems should be designed around the actual activities taking place inside. After the practical systems are solved, the workshop can become visually appealing through carefully selected materials. Reclaimed wood can be used for workbenches, storage cabinets, doors, or accent walls without covering the entire interior. Black metal hardware, warm wood, concrete, and natural leather can create a sophisticated industrial rustic atmosphere. The goal should be a workshop that looks good because it is well organized and thoughtfully designed, not because it is overloaded with decorations. So, could a Quonset hut be the perfect dream workshop? For the right owner and the right design, absolutely. Its greatest strength is not simply its unusual appearance, but the large, adaptable space created by the curved structure. A thoughtfully designed workshop can provide dedicated areas for woodworking, automotive work, metal fabrication, gardening, DIY projects, and equipment storage. The best design combines practical construction with a layout that makes every tool, machine, material, and work surface easy to access. And perhaps that is what makes the Quonset hut so appealing. It does not force the workshop into a traditional shape.